One of the best ways for you to build your club within FIFA 23, and we're talking about adding millions of coins and players to your team, it is by going through FUT swaps. Now, depending when you're watching this video will depend what's currently available, but it doesn't really matter because this video will act as the ultimate guide no matter the content. But before we go through everything that you need to know about FUT swaps, if you are looking to get some very easy coins, then there is no better place than AOA. Head over there to get yourself some cheap, fast FIFA 23 coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic at checkout, you'll also get yourself a 3% discount. Link can be found in the description down below.
Nice.
If you don't know what swaps are, EA releases new content every single promo, and sometimes these will include swaps. Now, how you get these really depends on the content that's available. Sometimes you can go through SBCs, sometimes you can go through objectives, but really there's normally something that you need to do, and after you complete it, you are given a swap token. Now, that swap token by itself isn't anything too special. It's a 60 rated card, and it'll include a player that you've probably never even heard of. But alongside the release of all of these challenges which are rewarding you with swap tokens, there will also be SBCs, and each of these SBCs will require a different amount of swaps in order for you to get the reward. And this time, the rewards tends to be a lot better, especially if you can build up a lot of swap tokens. For example, with the World Cup, for you to get the World Cup Vieira, you would need to get 40 World Cup swaps. Now, this reward is on that higher end. Sometimes all you really need to get is 3, maybe 5 in order for you to get something that's pretty decent. There'll be packs available, there'll be players available, and it's entirely up to you of what you go for. But the good thing is that it doesn't really require you to buy into any players. You just need to play the game. Now, as already mentioned, there have already been swaps that's been added to FIFA 23, but it's likely that there will be even more within the future. So far, we've had World Cup swaps and we've had the Winter Wildcard tokens, with there also being FGS swaps which are always available. But there will be more in the future, and it's likely we're going to get something to do with icon swaps, but who knows, EA can really base this around any content. So, with all of that laid out, the next question is, how do you get them? And for this, there's not one straight answer. You can get them in objectives, which is normally the main way, but you can also get them as part of SBCs. They could be gifted to you for logging into FIFA, or they could be gifted as part of you doing something outside of FIFA. For example, the FGS swaps, which are the only swaps which are available within the game from the moment FIFA 23 was released all the way to the moment FIFA 24, or sorry, EA Sports FC is released. Before these, you need to wait until there is a FIFA event over on Twitch where you can watch through the live stream, and if you stay there within 60 minutes with your EA account linked to Twitch or Twitch linked to EA, you will be rewarded. But if you ask me, this is one of the worst ways in which you can go through these swaps. So let's actually dive a bit deeper with this. If there are objectives, they require you to play division rivals, squad battles, or even friendlies. Typically, challenges are normally score a goal with a certain nation, assist a goal with a certain pass type, or play a certain amount of matches with 6 players from a specific nation. And all of these are relatively easy. I've never had anything that's felt impossible to do. As said, sometimes it's just about playing games, and it doesn't matter if you win or lose. Most of them just take time. That's why you need to be smart where you can. With some of these challenges, there's no way for you to get around it. Having 2 separate challenges, with one of them being play 7 games with 6 players in your starting 11 from France, and the other one being 7 games with 6 players in your starting 11 from Argentina, well, it's impossible. You will need to play all 14 games in order to complete both of these. But if you have objectives which are score 7 finesse shots with Belgian players, get 8 through ball assists with players from Japan, and play 7 games with 6 players in your starting 11 from France, it's so easy in fact that if you are able to do some squad battles, you could probably go into semi-pro difficulty and score 7 finesse shots with Belgian players and get 8 through ball assists with players from Japan. So whenever swaps are pushed to the game, it's worth looking at all the objectives which are currently available to see whether or not you can layer them. And on a side note, generally speaking, if there's swap objectives which can't be stacked up, you should still be going through your other objectives to see if you can complete some of them whilst you're also going through swaps, because it's going to add even more coins and even more packs to your club. The other reason that you should be going through all your objectives is because sometimes with these swaps, they're not grouped together. Now with the World Cup promo, EA did include new objectives, and once you went into those objectives, you was able to see all the different icon swap tokens which were available challenge after challenge. But with the Winter World cards, it's not the same. They will place randomly different tokens associated with other types of objectives. Sometimes it's not even a case of you needing to complete an objective, but it's you just going through your seasonal rewards as one's there. It all depends on the promo that is available. But strictly speaking, chances are if there's an objective available for you to get a swap token, it's likely that you're going to have to play a game. And sometimes what you'll need to do is actually play in a dedicated game mode such as a friendly. Now you can't just play any friendly. EA will release something specific which will have a certain amount of games that you're able to play within 24 hours and may even have some club requirements in order for you to enter, and will be specifically there in order for you to complete these challenges. If it's not going to be a friendly, then it's either going to be division rivals or squad battles. But all of this is only if you're going to be going through the objectives. You can also get swaps from SBCs themselves. If this is going to happen, it's unlikely that all the swaps will be available at the exact same time. They'll be separated, potentially being daily rewards where you'll need to come back every single day in order for you to go through the SBC, complete it, claim your token, and then do the exact same thing every single day until you've got the amount of tokens that you're looking for to claim the reward you want. Now I find these to be the easiest. If you've been playing FIFA since the very beginning, chances are that you've gone through squad battles, division rivals, foot champions, and you've got more than enough players within your club. This is a perfect time to get rid of some of those players in order for you to get swap tokens so that you can get something even better, whether that be in a pack or a player. But just like what EA does with some of their objectives where they sneakily hide them into different things that are associated with it and not a specific challenge by itself, they also do the exact same thing with SBCs. Now last year within FIFA 22, what EA did do was include some of these tokens as part of Icon Loan SBCs. Now these Icon Loan SBCs were incredibly easy to complete because, well, they're loan players. But if you did it at a certain time, you would also be able to get one of these foot tokens. Once you do finally have enough tokens, that's when you just need to go over to the challenges which require you to swap tokens for rewards and then follow the challenge just like anything else. With these, they're extremely easy. You don't need to worry about chemistry. You don't need to worry about position. Don't need to worry about nationality. There's no worry whatsoever. Just include the swaps as part of the team in any position. As long as you have the amount of swaps available in order for you to complete the team itself, you will be gifted reward. For the challenges which require a huge amount of tokens, for example, that Vieira which required 40 World Cup swap tokens, that's not going to be included as part of one team. There was 4 separate teams that was needed to complete, each having 10 players associated with them. But as I said, it's still the exact same thing, incredibly easy to go through. Now for you to get the most out of swaps when they're available, I have a few tips. Firstly, try to build up as many tokens as possible before actually redeeming them. I see so many people look at their rewards and they say, hey, I'm going to go and get 5 tokens because that gives me an 83 times 25 pack, and that's insane. They'll claim their reward and carry on playing. Then they realize that they've managed to go and get another 5 tokens, but they can't claim that same reward again because it's already gone. But if they did just delay that initial purchase, they would have been able to get something a lot better. They were able to get 10 tokens in total, but they wasted 5 on a pack early on when they could have just built up. The best thing for you to do, considering swaps normally last anywhere between 20 to around 40 days, is to just spend that time playing the game. Build up as many as possible, and once you get to the final couple days of the promo, that's when you can make the decision to best evaluate what you currently have and what rewards are on offer. That way you can strategically select what's going to give you the best advantage, whether that be players or packs. 9 out of 10 times, the best thing for you to do is actually go for the packs. But if there's a player that you really want to play with, we're talking them being amazing, and you know that you're going to use them from the moment you get them to the end of the year, then go for them. That was what Vieira was for me. Vieira wasn't there, I probably would have just claimed any of the random packs which were on offer, but because it was Vieira and I knew that I was going to play with him for the whole year, that's who I went for. The next tip You can be strategic with these promos, especially if you're getting packs. You can't really do this with players, but if you know that there's a certain event coming up, what you can do is use your swap tokens to get as many packs as possible, save them and wait for that major event. An example of this is Team of the Year. At the time recording this video, I'm not opening any of my packs, but I am claiming them. I'm claiming them and storing them within my club so that once Team of the Year comes around, I can open them and hopefully get something a lot better than what I am currently able to get. Tip number 3. You should not be sleeping on the 81, 83 or 85 plus packs. Yes, they're untradeable, but they're also insane. There hasn't been a single year where it's not been worth trying to get some of these packs, because the chances are you will get something good. And the final tip for this video, if you do have a very limited time to play this game, it's better for you to aim to go through your FUT swaps rather than division rivals, FUT champions, squad battles, or whatever normal content you go through. As said at the beginning of this video, swaps are one of the easiest ways in order for you to build your club. They can add millions of coins. So if you do only have a very limited time to play this game every single week, it's probably worth it ditching division rivals, FUT champions, squad battles, the game modes that you normally play through in order for you to complete these challenges for swaps. Don't try to do everything all at once if you don't have time to do so. You should prioritize what is going to give you the best reward at the time in order for you to progress. And nothing beats swaps, they're just that good, especially if you're able to get those packs or those players at that higher end. But anyway guys, this is absolutely everything you need to know about FUT swaps within FIFA 23. At the time of recording this video, we've only had the World Cup swaps and the Winter Wildcards, with the FGS swaps always being available, but there will be more throughout the year, and no matter what's available, make sure that you follow all the tips within this video in order for you to maximize the most amount of coins. If you do have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.